Welcome to SAT TV's news. I'm Shana Espree, your presenter. In our top stories, protest action to be held by the opposition on presidential nominee. Petrocarib helps fight poverty, build roads and social housing in Haiti. Syria conflict, Kerry says bigger risk not taking action. And in sports, Mont Prosper wins Stafford Morancy Domino League. Details of these will follow.
Yeah. I know that things are tough, but we will make it out. Dominica, we all gonna make it one day. The pressures of the system make us lose around. Oh yeah, we all gonna make it one day. Yeah, listen now, there's something that I wanna say to you. You get me so angry. Yeah man, this is Emma Moses, you know, and you're watching SAT News, the People's Choice, yeah? Make it blessed, make it blessed, make it blessed. Love.
Welcome back. A number of Dominicans on Friday, September 6, successfully completed a 3-week music video production workshop. The workshop, which was organized and funded by the Discover Dominica Authority through the Film Office, was aimed at equipping the participants on the essential knowledge required for shooting a music video. The workshop was also partially funded by Mr. Fitzroy and Anelia Bertrand, 2 Dominicans living abroad. Coordinator of the music video workshop, Mrs. Anita Booley, explained that during this workshop, the participants were exposed to the history of music video, video production, and other aspects needed for shooting a music video.
On the 5th day of the training, the participants were divided into 4 groups, each with a director, a producer, a camera person, the director of photography, and an editor. Each group was then given a selected song, and based on the song, they had to come up with a concept for the song and for the music video. This concept was then presented to the artists, who we invited to the next meeting, and the rest of the trainees who critiqued the concept. They went back to the drawing board to fine-tune, and in one case completely changed their concept. They then went out in the field to scout and select locations, working all the time at fine-tuning and developing their concept further.
After writing up a production plan and recruiting actors, the 4 groups all shot and edited their music videos to submit their final pieces. Chief Executive Officer of the Discover Dominica Authority, Mr. Colin Piper, noted this workshop was important as the DDA constantly seeks new and innovative ways to market the destination on the continued quest of achieving 90,000 visitors by 2015. Music video workshop trainer Mr. Oriel Rodriguez from the International School of Film and Television in Cuba said he was very pleased with the end products.
My main goal on this workshop was that the Dominican people will find their own voice in the music video. Instead of trying to copy what has been made in the US, in Jamaica, try to find the Dominican aspect and to put that in the screen, because I think that's what is going to be important for you as a nation, and what people will appreciate around the world from you, to see the Dominica that I know exists here because I come here. So I think the students, they did a good job on that. So.
Renowned videographer Mr. Sheldon Kazimi was a participant in the workshop and said he was impressed with the knowledge passed on to him by the trainer of the music video production workshop. He was the director of the music video Rum and the Party, a song by Shadow Flow.
Because for me, I don't think I would have it any other way. It was one of the most challenging projects, and it was what fits my capabilities and the capabilities of my crew, because most of us are more involved in the production aspect of audiovisual. So that, because it was so challenging, it kind of put us up to the task to see if we could pull it off, and I think we pulled it off beautifully, not flawlessly, but beautifully. There was a lot of challenges in doing that, and just just down to the wire, keeping the deadlines, because it's 3 weeks. Imagine from 3 weeks ago, none of this was happening. To today, we have music videos up on the street. So it just goes to show what effective collaboration can do. Sometimes you see those television shows where somebody have to try and take a car that is rotten in a junkyard and have 2 weeks to make it look into something new, and you wonder if it's really possible. But it's just about the teamwork that was put together to make those things possible.
Mr. Kunta Charles, a first-time participant and director of Maxine's music video entitled Dudu Mwe, noted he learned a lot of valuable techniques that he will certainly use when shooting other music videos. Some of the participants of the workshop were Elias Dupuy, Nixon George, Colton Thomas, Nikisha Filbert, Larry LaRoque, Ashwish Simon, Onan Thomas, Alan Toussaint, and Ilson Matthew. The videos shot were Roman Dipati,
I never never be seen about this song. Me and the wrong one would pick up them no job. Now hear myself, I don't know who win. I don't even know who sing. I only come one from anybody. See me and the boys, by the bar making noise. I only come one from anybody. It's not in the place. Drink your one, wine your waist. I only come one from anybody.
Dudu Mwe by Maxine, Closest Friend by Asher Thomas, and She Got It by KO featuring Anderson.
Look good, yeah, I said it was a deal. I ain't trying to be rude. Use an attitude. Man, is this a man? It ain't nothing but the truth. Now back to the topic. All talking gossip. Heard you got a man and he's just in it for the profit. I just wanna intervene. KO's on the scene. I know you're not asleep, but maybe I could be your dream. I know it's not a movie, maybe we could play the scenes. The ones with the lights down, low, the music on, slow. I undress you, I bet you know. Going down, let me show you how I know. Searching for someone like you, and now that I found you, I know what to do. Cause baby, you got it, 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 yeah. Cause baby, you got it, 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 yeah.
The official videos will be released soon. In other news, Hugo Riley has been named Dominica Football Association's Footballer of the Year. Riley, a member of the Scotiabank Bath Estate Football Club, received the award at the DFA's prize-giving ceremony for 2012 to 2013 on Saturday, September 7th at the Public Service Union. Throughout the football season, Riley scored a total of 15 goals and received the award for Best Striker. Other awardees in the Lima Premier League were Lex Militi for Most Outstanding Defender from the Waukee Rollers Football Club, while Most Outstanding Midfielder went to Chad Bertrand, representing Scotiabank Bath Estate, amongst others. Most of the awards presented went to the Bath Estate Football Club. President of Dominica Football Association, Glenn Etienne, in his address has warned footballers to stay away from illicit drugs, as the DFA will have zero tolerance for persons involved in these activities.
The Dominica Football Association is in its quest to stamp out doping in football. We'll be conducting random drug testing this season. Individuals will be identified before games and will ask to provide urine samples for analysis. As we have always said, doping has no place in sports, and we want to ensure you that it stays out. Just as a few weeks ago, a few players were asked to provide urine samples for analysis, so we are serious about keeping out drugs in sport.
Also, Sports Minister Justina Charles called on players to be disciplined and respect officials as well as the rules of the game.
And as you begin as a footballer, you need to make sure that you can position yourself at all times so that that potential can be seen in you, and your coach can help you develop that potential. But you must start from the beginning. You need to show that example in terms of time management, in terms of respect, in terms of discipline, and in terms of team approach, and most importantly for us is respect. Because if you do not respect your referee now, and your peers are seeing it, tomorrow you become the referee and you would expect them to respect you.
The DFA urged the athletes to continue striving to improve the standard of football on the island. In other stories, the Maho Domino team, Mount Zion, is the champion of the 2013 Digicel Knockout competition. The team was awarded at a prize-giving ceremony on Saturday, September 7th at the Goodwill Primary School. Yolandale Roberts, captain of the Mount Zion team, said out of the many years her team has participated in domino competitions, this was the first time they made it to the finals, and she is elated that they have won.
Mount Zion is not a team that is sleeping. All the members, before you call them, they are available. So any domino competition that come around, we are available.
All right, you heard from the Mount Zion team, so we just called the members of the Mount Zion team and we just called the captain to receive the award. Today the Mount Zion team will be going for award, and Sunday we'll be going for Digicel Shield. We'll be presenting Digicel Shield to them. We are presenting Digicel Shield to the Mount Zion team, and that's to the captain. As you can see, we're going to take a clear look of it. The Digicel, as you can see, a pretty shield. Clear picture of the Mount Zion Domino team. As you can see, Mount Zion Digicel Knockout Domino champions for 2013, a very beautiful shield. The Mount Zion team receiving there today on behalf of Digicel, the Better Network.
The team also received a cash prize of $1,000. Coordinator of the Digicel Knockout competition, Mr. Delvin Esprit, commended the team for their hard work and the Digicel for their continuous support of the competition. Ms. Roberts also thanked her members for a game well played, emphasizing that was a team effort and they could not have won without each other.
They are Bernard Samuel, Eslyn Pierre-Louis, Gilbert Roberts, Leslie Joseph, Ricky Toussaint, Denny Roberts, and Ian Roberts, and not forgetting myself, Yolanda Lee Roberts. They call it a family team, but we stick together. And I would like to thank my sponsor for, after maybe 5 years or so, Michael Astafans. Don't forget your solar heater, your warmer, your barbecue grill. Just check out Marino Enterprises. Thank you.
In 2 weeks, the Abraham brothers from Grand 4 will be traveling to Barbados to compete for the grand prize of $10,000.
So we're just wishing those two guys, the brothers, the Abraham brothers from Grand 4. I want to say thanks to the community, the committee that have supported Domino's in terms of what we do, myself together with Alex Dowie, Augustus Parker, Morrison, and the rest of Morrison, and also my wife Gail, and also Desmond Clark, the committee that put that domino competition, the big competition into place. And we're hoping now that after this competition and so on, now we're looking forward that there may be a national association reform. We know that there were some people calling for a national association. We'll be trying to prevent the Marcus and Salt and Caribbean domino competition and also the Digicel now. But right now, we know there's nothing about association reform. So we're hoping that association can come forward, because we know that every time now we hear about a free and competition, and we hear about a free and competition only in Fonkole, one area in the Commonwealth of Dominica. And it's very unfortunate to know that the people, the same set of people that were asking to not to have such a competition, having competition regularly in one area in Dominica and not interested in national association.
The coordinator hopes the public as well as other players will come on board to form a Domino National Association to ensure that the domino game grows throughout Dominica.
I just calling on the same set of people that were crying, maybe crying down our community down in terms of what we organize. We organize a competition of over 40 teams. So if you realize Domino's is really a big thing in Dominica, and we just hope that everything can work out very nicely in the future, and we just hope that the same set of people, as I said very early on, will not only organize Domino in Fonkole Community Center in a free and competition, but bring Domino's all island-wide and let everybody partake in Domino's and make sure that Domino's grow in Dominica.
39 teams participated in the competition. In more news, the United Workers' Party is planning to contest a protest on the nomination of Speaker of the House, Mrs. Alex Boyd Knights, as the next President of Dominica. Mr. Lennox Linton, party leader of the United Workers' Party, says Dominicans are expected to gather on the 13th of September to rally in a non-violent protest. The public meeting is planned for 5 p.m. on September 13th outside of the State House and the Parliament buildings on Victoria Street in Roseau.
We are calling the people of Dominica out to a massive public meeting on Victoria Street outside of the State House and the Parliament building on Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock, because we feel that the people of Dominica are under a moral obligation to make sure that they register with the government their absolute abhorrence to this brutal assault on their legitimate expectations of high levels of decency and civility in our public affairs.
The President of the Commonwealth of Dominica is the chief custodian of our Constitution. We are a democracy of the people, by the people, for the people.
There are specific responsibilities that the President holds for the civility, for the decency, and for the well-being of our state. We expect the President to be functioning above the political fray, one who warns the government, the parliamentarians, one who resolves conflicts, one who is wise counsel to the people who are given day-to-day responsibility for the stewardship of the country. That person cannot be Alex Boyd Knight.
The President is also expected to function above the political fray and to serve the public interest with fairness and equity at the highest standard of moral conduct and professional procedure.
That cannot be Alex Boyd Knight. We know that Mrs. Carrick will ignore the request of the people, but the people must let them know how the people feel.
Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit confirmed last week that his cabinet has taken the decision to nominate Mrs. Boyd Knights as head of state, replacing Mr. Elud Williams, whose term expires in October. And in court news, Andrew Armour, who was charged with manslaughter following the death of American student Casey Schulman, was represented by lawyer Mrs. Zina Dyer, who made it very clear to Roseau Magistrate Evelina Baptist on Monday, September 9th, that she wants her own interpreter for this matter, since the forensic pathologist conducting the case speaks Spanish. Magistrate Baptist, however, advised Mrs. Dyer that the court had an interpreter assigned to the case whom they have used on previous cases. She noted that no attorney has ever requested an interpreter before, and she does not want this to set precedents. The preliminary inquiry for the case began today, August 9th, when the forensic pathologist was sworn in to give evidence on the death of Ms. Schulman. The defendant, Andrew Armour, was charged with manslaughter after the Dominican police authorities allegedly received intense pressure from the United States authorities and attorneys on behalf of the parents of Schulman. The accident took place off the coast of Mirror on Saturday, December 1st, 2012, when 22-year-old Casey Schulman, a student of the University of Virginia in the United States, died after she was hit by a boat's propeller. Schulman was among a group of 54 students who arrived on the island on a ship which offers a semester of studying at sea. At 9 a.m., a group of students, including Schulman, took a boat owned by Anchorage Dive, captained by Andrew Armour, and went snorkeling offshore. After snorkeling, the boat proceeded to the Mirror Beach. After picking up some food supplies, the boat proceeded to reverse when its propeller made contact with Schulman, who was in the water. She sustained severe body injuries and was transported to the Princess Margaret Hospital, where she was later pronounced dead by a doctor. Following the incident, the family wrote several letters to authorities in Dominica, requesting updates and information on the prosecution of Armour, who they claimed was negligent and did not have a license at the time of the incident to operate the vessel. The matter will continue in St. Joseph on Tuesday, September 10th, 2013. This has been the local segment of the news. Coming up next, regional highlights.
Support Kada Slipso. Come on, take a chance. Beat me. Try your luck. Get registered. I am registered. To beat me, you have to beat the best. King, Kadas Lipso competition. Remember the deadline, August 31st. Register today with NCCU. Uteka jwe sa cowboy to levad wedding. Café beba tout moun le ou muteka libishi. SAT Telecoms, the people's choice, and SATnet is the better choice. Together with NCCU, one big family.